In 1991, the two most bitter rivals in computing history walked into a room and shook hands. Apple and IBM, the counterculture rebel and the corporate colossus, decided to build a processor together. It should have been the most powerful partnership in tech history. Instead, it became a textbook case of committee driven carnage. Hello, I'm Todd Hagopian, the original Stagnation Assassin. Today, we are opening the vault on the Apple IBM PowerPC Alliance, and we're going to see if it was a strategic slaughter or a stagnation suicide. I'm going to tell you right now, this one ends in a body bag, but let's find out whose. The stagnation score for this pre-move early 1990s. Apple is bleeding. The Macintosh is getting obliterated by cheap IBM compatible PCs that are running Windows. Market share is cratering. Intel's x86 architecture is becoming the de facto standard. Apple's Motorola 68K chips are running out of runway. Stagnation score here 7 out of 10. Apple had a real problem. They needed a processor lifeline. And IBM, meanwhile, was watching its own PC business get commoditized by the clones that it created. Both companies had corporate cancer metastasizing. The alliance made strategic sense on paper. But let's do the tactical audit. Here's what happened on the actual battlefield. The concept was sound. RISC architecture, reduced instruction set computing, was genuinely superior for many workloads. The PowerPC chip was technically excellent. It was faster than Intel's offerings at the time. On pure engineering merit, the partnership produced a competitive weapon. But they violated the 80-20 matrix of profitability in spectacular fashion. The vital few priorities should have been get the chip into as many machines as possible, build a massive developer ecosystem, and win on volume. Instead, Apple kept the PowerPC locked inside Macintosh. IBM used it in its RS6000 workstations and some servers. Neither company made a serious push to get PowerPC adopted broadly. They built a Ferrari engine, and then they put it in 2 cars, while Intel was putting adequate engines in every single car on the road. They also obliterated the 70% rule. The transition from 68K to PowerPC was agonizingly slow. Software emulation was clunky. Developers were confused. Apple spent years in a half migrated state where neither the old platform nor the new one was fully supported. Perfectionism paralysis at every single turn. Intel, meanwhile, was shipping constantly, shipping imperfectly, and winning. Where was the hot system here? Transparent data evaluation would have told both companies one brutal truth. Without massive third-party adoption, a proprietary chip alliance between 2 companies that fundamentally didn't trust each other was doomed. The data was screaming, but neither company listened. Let's look at the hindsight homicide. The fatal flaw was strategic narcissism. Both Apple and IBM believed that their brands were so powerful that the industry would follow them. They weren't building for the market. They were building for their own egos. The profit parasite was exclusivity in an era that was sprinting towards commoditization. You cannot win a platform war with a closed ecosystem when your competitor has an open one. Apple would eventually abandon the PowerPC in 2005 and switch to Intel. The entire alliance, billions in R&D, years of engineering talent, was effectively written off in an overnight. That's not a strategic retreat, that's a stagnation surrender. So the verdict here, the Apple IBM PowerPC Alliance had brilliant technology, but catastrophic execution. They had the weapon, but they refused to deploy it at scale. They let perfectionism paralyze deployment. They ignored honest data. They treated a platform war like a gentleman's agreement. So I'm giving this a 1.5 out of 5 kills. The half kill is for the engineering. The chip was genuinely good, but a good chip inside a bad strategy is just expensive silicon. This is a forensic autopsy of partnership paralysis. Two giants who were too proud to fight the war the way it needed to be fought. If you understand, or if you want to understand why brilliant technology fails without ruthless execution, how to apply the 80-20 matrix and the 70% rule so you don't end up as the next corporate cadaver, go to toddhagopian.com and learn more about the HOT system. Get the Unfair Advantage, Weaponizing the Hypomanic Toolbox on Amazon. More battlefield breakdowns are available at stagnationassassins.com, where we host the largest stagnation database in the world. And always remember to continue to declare war on stagnation every day in your business and every week here with us.